This is my Mauser 71/84 rifle. Being able to shoot this is the culmination of two previous videos. On one, increasing the cartridge's rim thickness, and two, cutting the A-base needed to function in this specific rifle. Here I have 10 rounds made from 4570 brass. I did need to seat the bullet long in order so that it would function in the 71/84's tube magazine. I'll start off with just one round though. I'll set it on top of the lifter. And I'll test if it will extract. It will. Then I'll load it again in order to shoot. It fired. And working the bolt hard, ejected the case easily. It firing is notable, since that it shows that the rim is thick enough so that the case is supported within the chamber, and the headspace is good, or at least good enough to fire. With the thin rim of an unmodified 4570 case, the firing pin would just push the case forward without setting off the primer. I'll close the bolt in order to turn on the magazine. Actually, it needs to be open. That click was the lifter dropping. Then a sharp pull of the bolt will raise it again. I'll lower it in order to load 2 cartridges in. One problem with tube magazine rifles is that if you only load the tube, you have to work the bolt multiple times to get the first cartridge ready. There it is. Two rounds was a success. I wasn't sure if the overall length was right to function on the magazine. I have 7 left now. How about I load all 7? Starting at round number 5, the magazine spring becomes stiff, making it harder to load the last few. With the last round, I forgot to double check just how many would fit in the magazine, so I'll add it to the lifter. Probably should have raised it first, but closing the bolt should have fed one from the magazine onto the lifter. We'll see shortly. That's all 7 rounds. I'm impressed. They all fed just fine, fired just fine, extracted and ejected just fine. Let's take a look at the chronograph. It's averaging right around 1200 feet per second, with very little variation between rounds. I didn't input any bullet data, so these numbers are irrelevant, but the average is good. Here's the relevant data. But the main story here is that the brass performed excellent. The rim thickness and the A base are exactly what's needed to function in this rifle. And that's with the brass by itself. I didn't need to add anything. No O-rings here. There was one ruptured case, however. It split down the length of the body. But 1 out of 10 is about the rate at which I would normally lose brass when fire forming. The 4570 case does have to expand quite a bit to fill the chamber. Either way, the Mauser 7184 performing well shows that the work dedicated to forming the rims is worth the effort. Thanks for following this journey to its completion, and thanks for watching.